Well, the harvest is coming fast, and you might be wondering how you're going to eat it all. Well, this week on Growing Alaska, Tracy Sinclair learns the option and how to make it last through the year.
My summer diet, I basically eat veggies for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And then whatever I can't eat fresh right away is what I preserve for the winter.
Kristi Wood and her husband grow a lot of veggies.
Dohnn started growing more and more food, and I started eating more and more food and having to become just a little bit more creative about how, oh my gosh, how are we going to use all this food?
So Kristi learned what she liked.
Today we are going to make vegetable soup, which is my favorite way for preserving my summer harvest for use during the winter. So the key to any good soup is a good strong broth. So we'll start with some recognizable herbs. This is thyme, oregano, and sage. We grew all this out on our deck.
Kristi adds a series of vegetables: beet and carrot greens, celery, broccoli, and kohlrabi leaves.
We are actually going to remove all this when the broth is done brewing. Oh, and I am going to add just a few peppercorns. I think I'll add a couple pinches of salt.
Now we turn to the vegetables for the soup, which you don't want to overcook.
One of the secrets to making sure that your vegetables have the right texture when you take them through the cooking and freezing process is that you cook each one to the appropriate time. So we're going to add in these guys that take the longest to cook. Let them get going. Now I'm not just going to use that olive oil to get them started. We're going to actually steam them by adding a little bit of our early broth.
Soon, Kristi adds the second round of veggies, the ones that cook faster, and some seasoning.
I didn't add any earlier because I didn't want to burn the spices. You put it in too early, you will scorch your spices.
Through the process, she tastes and adjusts.
It tastes so good.
And soon is ready to add the broth.
So now we are going to check this flavor, because now, of course, we've combined the broth and the veggies, so our flavor profile's changed. Once it's cooled down to about room temperature, you're ready to throw it in whatever's going to go in the freezer, and then you put it in the freezer and then eat it in February and enjoy the taste of summer.
For Growing Alaska, Tracy Sinclair, Alaska's news source.
Looks yummy. Well, if you'd like to see the basic recipe for this story, go to our website, ktuu.com.